Howdy everyone, we're back with TROPICO 6. We're doing a voiceover this episode because someone, aka me, forgot to enable his mic while recording. So I'll try to guide you through what I'm trying to do and what I'm thinking, but who knows what I think. Hope y'all enjoy the video. Alright, as you can see, I eventually launched my first rocket, and this will be the beginning of issues that I'll soon run across where housing, mostly education and money. The education part really bit me because the people weren't educated enough to work the jobs they needed them to, and I kind of been lackluster on education to that point. But as you can see from my almanac, the uneducated to high school people were not looking too good, and that the hydroponic farms, they require you to have at least a high school education to work at them. So I began to frantically figure out on where to stick a big ass high school. So I become a little bit more greedy, and I wanted to increase my industry, so I like to place down a little bit more run facilities and make room for that. Later on, I build two more, I think, and build a pharmaceutical factory, which gets me through get me started on the road to more futuristic productions. As you can see, I'm looking at what I can build and produce. Cat in the background here. As I was beginning to point out, the pharmaceutical place use oil to make the things in it, so I was pointing that out. At this point, I try to address the education issue I was having, so I try to activate edicts that speed up the process of schooling. After this, I'm starting to have issues with money, so I take a state loan out to try and help, but in the long run, I think that actually hurt me. But the state loan allowed me to build two more rum distilleries. I'll eventually figure out where I want them there. That's where I placed them. But hindsight, I probably shouldn't have gone with state loans. I should have just tried somewhere else, but that's what I did, and well, what we gotta do, we gotta do.
Excellent.
Now, to hopefully counteract the fact that I just built two new rum distilleries and I didn't want to build more hydroponic farms, I try to make the ones I have a lot more effective, which the work ethic, I don't know what you want to call it, I set just makes it to where it consumes energy, but it's 10% more efficient. At least I think it is. I can't really read it well. So I tried to do some spy versus spy and regret my treasure hunt decision and do blueprints, because blueprints I can get free blueprints. I don't have to
The
pay
world is an odd place, isn't it?
the
One
amount. I
day's
don't unlock it. I guess I don't have to unlock it. I can get it for free. This area where I'm building a shopping mall, I am eventually going to plan on turning into a semi-touristy area, high-rise area, and the airport I built is going to be with a major tourist area, because I want to do some tourism. It sounds fun. Pretty self-explanatory, but I felt like things were taking a little bit too long to build, so I rushed another construction hub just to get things building a little bit quicker. And noticing that factory ranches don't take, you can't just make things for free. You need to put corn in them. You actually need to feed the animals. Because in normal farms, you don't have to feed them. I'm just now learning that.
as convenient.
Tired of boarding a ferry with goats to get to neighboring
And after I
countries?
activate eating, you can
Welcome to the
see,
Jet
as you
Age,
pay
with the
attention, my
newly
money
constructed
slowly
Esteban
going to
Memorial
the
Airport.
winds.
You know what
And
made
I
me a
failed to notice
success?
until I was
I
already
did, of
about
course. I'm a
20,000
self-made
in
man.
debt. So
Just
that's
like my
pretty cool.
pops.
As you can see, I filled a demand, which failing demands really do hurt your reputation with people. And I barely was able to recover from this big mistake. I should have not let that happen, but I did. And all it did was cause me more headaches down the road. Shortly after doing one of my last trade routes, as you just saw, the uneducated is starting to go down, which is good for me, because that means that they can get better jobs. Maybe I can not have broke civilians. Probably not. I don't like paying my people. Fuck it, we ball.
Ah, my friend, Presidente.
This is the moment where I noticed that I messed up. that my expenses were way too higher than my actual revenue or income. So I started to panic and closed down a lot of edicts, which did help me. That was probably what saved me, but I am just now realizing I have put myself in a little bit of a pickle. I am now becoming very dependent on exports, and
The citizens
literally
are
I'm just
demanding
trying to
elections,
survive from
President.
export to export, and that does not help with an election coming up. This should have been my end, but I somehow clutched it and was able to live another presidency. Oh Lord, president,
you are the dedicated ones,
run.
for whom no hardship is too great.
Now I don't
True
know what
Tropicans,
decision was the best
your
here, but I
tribulations
choose
shall
the
be
very top
rewarded
one
with
because I
just
felt
a
like it'd be more
little
better
more
in the long run,
effort.
because 5% on
For one of
everything
my
is a lot
people,
better than just
your
10% on rum,
presidente knows your
because that's really
troubles.
all I
Your
export is
rumbling
rum.
bellies
I
are as
could
loud as your
diversify it, but
cheers. Well,
oh, there goes a
no
can.
more rumbling. There will
But I
be
was not
plenty
going
of
to do
food
that.
for everyone. Our ongoing prosperity is supported by the capitalists, with thanks. We're grateful for the many fulfilling jobs you create for my people, and your progressive attitudes towards taxation. Of course, the Chinese think their superior numbers can bend Tropico to their will, but El Presidente is not for bending. My promises are made humbly, for I am Tropico.
As you just saw, I
Remember,
tried to hold
the
on to the
vote for
last
El
beacon I hope
Announcing
I
the winner
got, which
of our
was getting
competition to
a
win a signed portrait of El
import office. I
Presidente.
don't
Not
quite
every
remember the
nation is
name, but
Tropico's friend,
that
Prince.
also
Not like
increased the
I'm
amount
your
of
friend.
general
Presidente,
exports
America
leaving.
is bored with being a
And
superpower.
more money,
So we're gonna
basically.
be a
That was the
mega
gist of
power.
it. I don't know
Okay?
why they wanted crime safety, but they did. I resolved it later, but I just thought it was kind of funny. I began to panic to try and figure out ways on how I can increase my money. So I kind of just researched a bunch of things. At the time I didn't realize it, but at this point I should have been launching rockets up in the air. Because you can launch rockets with that little spaceport getting 20k. But at the time I didn't know that.
Don't be intimidated
And
by the immense power of my country.
the elections
You
were
are
coming to
still
a close,
absolutely
so
free to
I
make the wrong
needed to
choice.
come up with enough money so I can do tax cuts to hopefully win the election. But as you can see, my money was plummeting at a rapid rate. My expenses began to make me really panic because I need to do tax cut, and I just got hit with the menu saying basically that I should have lost. This should have been the end, but Mama didn't raise a quitter, so I just kept going because I saw that I had a export leaving soon, so I would get hopefully enough money to keep me from just flat losing the game. And it did. It kept me enough money to keep me in the green from... I don't know if you can just lose, if I can just endlessly rack up debt. But for some reason I did prestige missions still. I was not noticing the thing that could have literally saved me right above it. But I began to panic and cut wages. Stopped paying people as much. I should have raised rent on people too to try and get more money out of them. I was beginning to look for any other ways to gain money. And by some grace, that completed my run, which got me a bunch of money, which was allowing me to do tax cut, so that I could barely win these elections in the very last moment of them. I cut it a little close, but living like Larry,
is a landslide,
fuck it, we will.
Presidente. The metaphorical kind, not the kind that accidentally reduces the size of the...
We all know that El Presidente hates bullies. So when superpowers try to bully Tropico, Presidente says, no more trade for you.
That was the last interesting thing that really happened in this run. The close election really had me on my edge, but this will be the end of the voiceovers. I hope everyone has a good day, and have a good one.
Tropico's flying cars have improved in leaps and bounds over the last decade. New flight times are almost a minute. Well done, nerds. Keep going.
I have heard it said.
You know what made me a success?
You may have noticed new experimental surveillance drones.
Presidente, wait. Did I not have you shot? Oh, no, I remember. I had a change of...
A few opportunities came up. Nothing illegal. Well, nothing that can be proven to break any laws.
I'm authorized to say, good news,